Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss some topics of C# programming. First one is what are switch statements, what is the purpose of this, how we can use this. Next one is difference between methods and cast operators in C# programming. Some inbuilt method we can see with examples. Next one is what is built-in property, that is Environment.NewLine. So let's begin. Our first topic is switch statement. Switch statement is used to execute one block of code among multiple options based on the value of a variable or expression. Switch statement is like where we put our conditions and it matches the condition and then execute the code. Here are the features of switch statement. Works like multiple if-else statements, use cases for matching values, and each case with break, default handles unmatched cases. First one is it is same as that of if-else statement, but there is some difference between this. In if-else statement it checks the code block one by one, like it checks the condition one by one and then execute the code. But in switch statement it directly go to that condition which will match and execute the code. And here are the cases, these are the conditions. We can say this is a syntax for switch statement. These are the cases like case 1, case 2 and default value. Here is the default value is for that if no condition will works, then it will definitely works because it is a default value. If no condition is matched, then this will definitely execute. And we have to put break, because if we do not put break, it will give us the compile time error, and it is a situation of fall through which will like execute next condition. But before that we get the compile time error, and it is a syntax, you can say we have to use break for this switch statement. So this is the example of switch statement. So here is the example of switch statement. We have some integer value and we put some cases like conditions like case 1, case 2, case 3 with default value. This is must, we have to put some default value. If these conditions are failed, then this must be executed, and we have to use break. If we do not use break, then it will give us compile time error. Next we have flow diagram of switch statement. Like we put some switch value in that, and if it directly goes to that condition, that will match. Like we put integer value 3, then it will directly move to that condition, not checking one by one condition. It will directly move to that condition and execute that code of block. If all conditions will not work, then it will go to condition which is by default. Let's see example in Visual Studio. Statement, suppose we have some integer value for this. Just apply switch case with this syntax, and case is like 1. We have to execute some logic like displaying some message on this case. And if we do not write a break, then it will give us compile time error. So it is must, we have to provide break. Okay, and we have to change the condition according to that. Last we have to provide some default value. If all conditions will fail, then this will run. Okay, now let's see the output of this one. we have the output like Tuesday, because we put 2 and it this condition is matched, so it will reflect this answer. Suppose if we change this condition to 5, there is no condition named with 5, so it will by default go to this condition and reflect this message. As you can see, we got a default value because none of the condition is matched with this. We provide 5 and there is no case that include 5, so it by default run this one. So this is the switch statement. So this we see the switch statement with the example. Next one we have Environment.NewLine. So this is a property we mostly use, like its definition is Environment.NewLine gives the correct line break for the operating system used to insert a new line in a string in a platform independent way. Suppose if we have two strings and we want to put first string into first line and second string into second line, means second value into second line. So for this we have property like Environment.NewLine which we can use, and it will then put this line 2 string into line 2 second line. First we have to comment this one. Suppose we have some random value programmers plus Environment.NewLine CSharp and display it with Console.WriteLine. Let's see the output of this one with the Environment.NewLine. Now it is showing like value programmers into first line and C# into second line, as we are using Environment.NewLine into this. So without this it will like print all the data into one line, programmers and C# into one line. So if we want some line break or want to put the string into next line, so we can use this Environment.NewLine property. So here we see this with example. Next we have Console.WriteLine method versus Console.Write method. So main difference is Console.WriteLine with it will move that next string value to the next line, and write method it displays all data into single line, not in the next line. It moves to next line after output in Console.WriteLine method, and in Console.Write it stays in the same line. It will print all data into same line. It will use the line break and printing in line or in continuation into the same line. As we can see the example of this Console.Write, it is printing all the values into the same line, and Console.WriteLine it will print next value to the next line. So we can see Console.WriteLine, Console.Write. Okay, next we can write down Console.WriteLine method. Okay, line. Okay, we have these two methods. Okay, it will print this string into one line and this into C# into next line. We can see the result. As you can see, it displays or print programmers developers into single line with the Console.Write method, and in Console.WriteLine it will put C# into next line, as we can see that. So if we want data into next line, we can easily use the write line method. Otherwise, if we want all the data into same line, we can use write method. Next one, we have Console.ReadLine method versus Console.ReadKey method. These two methods are available in Console class. First, we have a point like reads entire line of input until enter key. Console.ReadLine means it is used to provide input from the user, and it waits the enter key. If a user is providing the input like string or integer, any kind of value or any data, then it will wait for the key to press by the user. Then after it will manipulate the result. But in read key, it is mainly used to, if suppose we open an internal window or want to see any output with that, then if we press any key, then it will close that terminal window instantly. Its return type is a string. We have to convert it by typecast, and its return type is console key info. It waits for enter key, but it does not wait for enter key. It immediately close that terminal window after press any key. It shows the input. If we are typing something, then it will show that output by the user. Just by default shows the key. It only shows the key. Taking user input like name, as I already told you, string, integer, boolean value, and any kind of input it get. It is like detecting any key. If we press any key, then it will automatically close that terminal window. It supports backspace in Console.ReadLine. Suppose if we are providing any input, we can use backspace to remove the input which we are providing, but it is not supporting any backspace into Console.ReadKey. We have the examples of these. Console.ReadLine, we have simply we can input that and it will provide us output. Read key, we have to like close the terminal window with any key press, then we can use this. Read line, suppose we have some method. Line input. So this will print write line this method with name. First we can see this. As we have to provide some input for this. C# we provide, and it gives us the input value like C#, and it waits for the key enter key to press, and then it will manipulate the data and return us the output in read line. Suppose if we use any key to continue, dot read key. Suppose we can see this example, like it displays the Console.WriteLine message, and read key is we can press any key if we want to close this one. So it closed with any key. If we want to close that terminal window, then we can use this one. Next we have Convert.ToInt32 methods versus manually integer typecast. We have these two typecasts, both working are same, but there is some difference between this. First one is Convert.ToInt32. It handles the exception, like if there is any null value into any string, it will handle that and it will provide us 0 value rather than throwing any exception or any error. But it will not handle any null values, it will give us the error. Next one is like it converts from a string or null value, but it does not works with that. It returns 0, it will handle the null examples, but in this it will throw us an exception. Here we have examples of these, like first one is string value, but it is integer value in double quotes. We have to convert into int. Then we have object value, then we have null values. Just to comment this one, let's see the example. Suppose we have some value into string double quotes, and we have to convert it to integer. First we can use Convert.ToInt32 method for converting this one. Console.ReadLine, display the data. Next we have some object value like numbers. Okay. We have to do it manual typecast. Now we can use with the manual typecast integer. Let's see. Now let's see the example of both these. So here we have both output. First one is 789 number. By ToInt32 method we are converting this value from string to int, as this is integer value in double quotes, so it easily handle this one and give us the output. Second, we are doing manual typecast with integer. We have integer value in object, so it is directly converting this one. Suppose we have some cases like we have some null values into string. So how it will handle this one? Let's see the example of this output of a number null. We have this one, and suppose we can do the typecasting. str2 is equal to null is equal to, we can do manual typecast for null values, that it will support this one or not. As you can see, if we are doing a manual typecast, it is giving us the compile time error. So we cannot do this if we have null value into string and we are converting this one to integer. So it is definitely give us compile time error. Now let's see the result of this one. It will handle this null value or not. As this handles null value and gave us 0 instead of throwing us any error. So Convert.ToInt32 method is safe as manual typecast. So we have to use this one if we are converting any values and we are not sure about the value that it will be null or there is maybe some value, so we can use this for safe side. Next we have Convert.ToString method versus string manual typecast. First, same properties, we have same cases, like it handles the exception or null values and but not in typecast. It works with any object, but only that same type of object it will work. And if we are doing manual typecast, it will avoid exceptions, but in this it will throw us an exceptions. As we can see the examples of these Convert.ToString with the manual typecast with integer number object and with the null values. Suppose here we have some integer number, we have to convert it into string. Okay, we can use that method of .toString like number. Now display this one into output. What will be the value of this? And next we have object values, or like a string value into object. Okay. We have to do manual typecast with this. We can compare these both cases. We are doing manual typecast with the string obj str. Let's see the result of these one. Let's see the result of these. So it is giving first string value, which we are converting from integer to string. We have 500 into string, and second one we are doing manual typecast with the string and getting the value from object, which is already in a string format. We have developers with this. And let's see the null cases. Suppose there is some object which have null values, and it will handle that null values or not. We can check this. So and display the output of this one, what it will print. Now it handles the null value and will not provide or will not give us any exception. So it handles the null value like we are providing null value into object, and while converting with the Convert.ToString method, it handles this null value and displays as null value like this. So its main purpose is to, like, it will handle null values mainly, and on the case of typecast, manual typecast, it will throw us an error. Next, if we want to use this one, and then number equal to for manual typecast, converting integer to string, then it will handle this one or not. let's see this example. Now it is not handling the exception or the value, it is giving us the error while converting from integer to string. So this is the case of manual typecast. Next one we have Convert.ToBoolean method versus bool manual typecast. So here are some points of this. It also handle null values with this method but not in manual typecast. And if suppose we have true into our string format, then it will also convert to true into boolean value, but not this one. And handle multiple formats into this one, but not in bool manual typecast. It is used for safer conversion, but it can throw some exception. So here are the examples. You can see we have some string value, we are converting this to bool, and we are converting integer value to bool or by manual typecast, and we have some exceptions here if we are directly converting this one with the manual typecast. So we have to comment this one. Suppose we have some value, okay, and we want to use a boolean method, so it will easily typecast this and convert this one without any error. Let's see the result of this one. Okay, let's see the result. Here it is converting true value from string format to boolean, so it is easily converting without any error with this one, this .ToBoolean method. Suppose if we want to convert with the manual typecast, we can comment this one. Let's see some value, and we want to convert it to bool. Okay. Suppose we are doing manual typecast. Now it is giving us the error, compile time error, because it will not directly convert this string value with the manual typecast. It will always give us the exception or compile time errors. So this one is not the safe side. If we want to use this one, then it will handle all kinds of value into boolean if we are converting string value to boolean. So this is the best approach while using these methods rather than using manual typecast. Next we have summary. Let's revise what we learned today. First one, we have switch statement. Switch statement is like where we have multiple conditions in the case format. We can provide any kind of condition into that, and then it will directly go to that condition and then execute the code. And for this we have to use break. If the code is executed, and this break will let you out from the execution, otherwise it will move to the next case. Before that it will give you the compile time error. It is same as that of if else statements, but here is the difference between in if else it will check one by one condition, but not in switch statement. In switch statement directly moves to that condition. Next we have Environment.NewLine. If we want to add a new line, or if we want to put some text into next line, then we can use this property, Environment.NewLine. Console.WriteLine method or Console.Write method. Console.WriteLine method is also used to if we want to put some data into next line or any input value into next line, while we are displaying anything in the terminal window, then we can use this. Or if we want to write all the data or all the text into the same line, we can go with the write method. Next we have Console.ReadLine method or Console.ReadKey method. Console.ReadLine means if we are giving input and we want some output according to that input, so we can provide input with the Console.ReadLine, and it will wait until we press the enter key. After that it will manipulate the result and give us the output. Read key is like if we want to close the terminal window, then we can press any key if we apply read key method. Convert method or typecast method. We see all the methods like Convert.ToInt32, Convert.ToString, Convert.ToBoolean methods. All is a safe side. If we want to use that, we can handle all the null values. Or if we do manual typecast, it will throw us an error. Sometimes it will throw us a compile time error. So this is the best approach. If we want to handle the exceptions, we can use Convert.To methods with the Console.ToInt32, Convert.ToBoolean, Convert.ToString method. So these are for the safe side. We can use this one. So these are the topics we learned today. You can practice them into the Visual Studio. If you have any doubts related to these topics, you can mention them into the comment section. See you in the next video.